Hey guys, welcome back to Shakira's Corner. It's Shakira over here with another video. Yes guys, I'm back. I know it's been quite some time since I last posted a video here, but here I am again. So those that are seeing me for the first time, my name is Shakira. I'm from Uganda and welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time that I post a video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always passing by. Thank you so much for always coming and supporting. I really appreciate, and I see you all. Much love. So as usual, our type of content here is always online dating apps, in long distance relationships, name it. Today I'm here to discuss something that is very important, most especially to us that are out there looking for love on these dating apps or dating sites, anywhere. So this is something that is really important to us. So yesterday I was asked a question by one of my TikTok followers, and she was asking, how can you identify a racist? Yes, how can you identify a racist on a dating app? This is something that is very important because every single day we are matching with different people on these dating apps. So how are you gonna tell that this person is racist? Let's say you've matched and the communication is going so fine. How will you know? Number one, so when this person keeps on talking bad about your country or the continent in general, what do I mean? So as we all know, there's a lot of propaganda that comes with people describing Africa, most especially people that have never been to Africa before. Like when they hear Africa, they always assume it's like that one country, and they assume it's like very underdeveloped. We do not have water, we sleep on trees, all those kind of scenarios. And I understand, because this is how the media has portrayed that image to most of these people, and that is what they know. Some of these people have never even come down to Africa to see things for themselves, and everything they are getting is something that they have absorbed from the media, from YouTube, what have you. So, and I understand, because we either like it or not, some of the African countries are not so developed. The economy is very poor, and it still has a long way to catch up to most Western countries. But when you find somebody and this person is trying to interact with you, but they make it like something like they're so obsessed with commenting about how poor, how underdeveloped Africa is, and they do not even specify. They be like Africa. They don't know that Africa is actually a continent. Then this is like a red flag. Even though you kind of try to educate this person and be like, well, this is not how it is. There's lots of different countries in Africa that are developed. There's lots of places in Africa that are developed, and they still like reserve their opinion. They do not want any sort of correction whatsoever. That person is most likely to be a racist. That TikTok follower went ahead and said, so when she was trying to tell this guy more about her country, because she comes from Kenya, this guy went ahead and said, oh, I have asked about 50 other Africans and they agree with me, so how come you cannot agree with me? So this goes ahead to show you just how much this person thinks his opinion is right, and he cannot even change that for anything. So when somebody comes with that kind of opinion, then that person is most likely to be a racist. Yes. So number two is this person that is always commenting about immigrants in his country. As we all know, Uganda has a lot of immigrants, has a lot of refugees and what have you. So if I was searching for somebody, let's say outside of Uganda, and I begin throwing comments like, oh my goodness, like I'm so fed up with these immigrants in Uganda, I'm so fed up with these refugees in Uganda, like every single time. But I am talking to somebody that is not Ugandan, and if things go well, I expect this person to stay with me one time in Uganda, which will obviously make this person an immigrant when this person comes to Uganda. So that is something that I always look at, and it's like a red flag. That actually did happen to me when I was still on the dating scene, like trying to find a relationship. I used to interact with this guy. I was interacting with this guy, and he was English, and he used to literally comment about immigrants in England, like every single time. Where I understand like the rate of immigrants in England is overwhelming, but he had like some sort of hatred. And in my heart I was like, so if he has this kind of attitude towards those people, if I move to England to live with him, that will make me an immigrant. So what does that make of, like, what is his opinion when it comes to me? And this is something that I always want to say, that when somebody makes this sort of comments, do not think that you're special. Do not think like that you're an exception. Because if things work out for you guys and you end up going to his country, let's say, he will take it upon himself to keep on reminding you where you came from, to keep on reminding you how he saved you from whatever you were going through. I don't know if you were suffering, but he will take it upon himself to make sure that you do not forget. Yes. So yeah, be very alert. So don't assume that you're an exception, that you're special, because today it's somebody else, tomorrow it's you. And that guy used to work in I think a hospital, and this hospital was very full of immigrants, like other immigrant workers, Indians and what have you. Because I remember one random day after work, he came back, he was so pissed. And I asked him, like, what is happening? Like, and he was like, oh my goodness, like, I'm so tired. Oh, these people keep on coming every single time. They keep on taking our jobs. Mark you, this person wasn't a doctor. Okay? So he was like, these caregivers in these, I don't know, care homes or hospital, like mental hospital or something like that. I don't understand, but something like that. He wasn't a doctor because he didn't actually go to school. He was just working there like a caregiver, something like that. But he was so angry that these doctors, they're foreigners and they're taking their jobs. So it was actually so funny. Number 3, it's somebody that keeps on making comments like, oh my goodness, you don't behave like most Africans. What do you mean I don't behave like most Africans? How do most Africans behave? Do you get? Like, that is another red flag. Why would somebody even say something like that? Like, you don't behave like most Africans. I'm clearly African. Everything on me is African. So what do you mean? So when someone comes up with those types of comments, that person is most likely to be racist. When somebody makes a comment like that, I don't think he's giving you a compliment. It is not a compliment. There is nothing like, oh, you don't behave like Africans. It is not a compliment. So don't feel so special and be like, oh my God, because now you're going to begin pretending to, like, behave the way that he describes. And the moment that you decide to actually be your true African self, it's gonna become a problem for him, because now he will be calling you all sorts of names. Another way to identify a racist on a dating app. So most times when this point are like describing what they are looking for in their bio, they would be like, I'm looking for an exotic woman. What do you mean exotic? They have like some sort of fetish and they feel like, oh, I've always wanted to try an African woman. I've always wanted to try a black woman. So I hear that black women this, I hear that kind of behavior, that kind of, talk. That is not something that you should be happy about. Do you get? Why do you think that I'm some sort of maybe meal that you should come and try? I mean, I understand, because most times you're experiencing like this kind of interracial relationships for the first time. But why are you there? Because, oh my God, I want to try. Another way that I always identify a racist. Do you know this kind of people that claim to be well-traveled? Do you get? When you talk to somebody, he's like, oh, well, I'm well-traveled. I've been to most African countries. Just because they have traveled to most African countries, they make it seem like they know Africa more than you that has lived in Africa. Like when they try to talk, you try to have a topic where you're trying to describe Africa, let's say, they will always make it seem like you do not know anything. They'll make it seem like they know the struggle, or they know the hustle, or they know Africa just because they took a 1-week trip to Africa, to Uganda specifically, and now they won't even let you have a say because they have this opinion when they came to Africa and saw this and that, so they assume that yes, that is how everything is, and they will always like discredit everything that you have to say about your own country, you that has lived in your country for ages and ages. Another way of identifying a racist, there are these people that will always find it funny to make those kind of jokes, like small jabs here and there, and they will always laugh it off and think it's funny. They'll be like, oh my God, I'm joking. Like, you get, but they're always like giving you small jabs, most especially racist words or things like that. That is not funny at all. And obviously, when you call them out, they'll be very defensive. Oh my God, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. That type. Yes, so if you're not in a rush, stay away from them. There's lots and lots of ways that you can identify racists from day-to-day conversations. It doesn't matter. So all you have to do is just be keen. All in all, what I would say is, if you're not racist, then we shouldn't ever have a conversation where I have to begin questioning if you are. Do you get? We should never have that type of conversation where we begin saying, oh, that's racist. That's no. Do you get? So anyway, there's lots of ways of identifying racists on dating apps. We never run out. All in all, you just have to be very careful. And when somebody says something, do not assume like you're special or you're an exception to what he means. Just run there and then. Just take it. And today it may seem funny to you. You might laugh it off with him or her. And you'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe you're just catching cruise. But know that this person really feels the way he says. You get, like, that is actually his opinion towards your kind. That is actually his opinion, because the moment that he would come out to say something and he knows for a fact that you're trying to build some sort of connection with him, but he feels the need to bring out these small jabs here and there, it shows just how much you mean to him, or just how much his opinion is way important than your own. So that is something that you should always look out for. If you've ever experienced a racist, or you've tried to interact with a racist, comment down below how you discovered that this person was indeed a racist. And that's it for me. You can always add your own, and as we go, as you know, our page is an interactive one. We keep on sharing, and so that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching this video to the very end. I love you all so much. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.